Alright, I'm gonna teach y'all something today that I've found that is one of my past patterns for crochet, that is. Y'all. So, I'm gonna show you how it starts and how to finish. Well, start working on it, okay? You are going to know the words chain, shell, double crochet, and chain space. Well, space. Okay? So, this is an early live, y'all, because tomorrow I'm not going to be able to do my live at all. Y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start educating y'all here. You use the hook that corresponds with the yarn that you are working with. Okay? So, what that means. Yes, my allergies are bad. Yes, they're bad. They're like oak tree allergies. They're oak tree allergies. So, I'm gonna slide you up just a little bit. Just to turn you down. Just a little bit. Okay. So you can see. It's hard to see you. Okay. What I went ahead and I did is I chained 21. What that is equal to 21 chains. So the reason why for the number 21, hello new friend. How are you doing this morning? I know it is an early live, y'all. I think I'm going to do another early live tomorrow because we're not going to be able to do lives tomorrow because I'll be out visiting my sister. So what you do is you get all the way to the end here, this very tiny last stitch. You're gonna slip stitch into it. Yep, that's another one. Slip stitch. And you are going to know, or you're going to learn, cheese and butter. That's not what you're gonna learn. Things got twisted. Hello, new friends. Everybody can chat with everybody in the live if you so choose to. I'm going to show you what I'm making as soon as I get this started. I know this is an early live, y'all, because I've got plans later. So this is what it looks like right now. This, I'm going to warn you, is not a warmer. It has nothing to do with that part of the body. For a male, it's not a warmer, okay? There's a reason why I say that word the way I do. It is for your two-handle bags. So this is one that I have started, and I'm making it for my sister. This is ours for our house. I had a weight on it. It was a cat weight. This is ours for the house. It is for two-handle bags. There are spaces, so when you have to move the bags down, you can poke your fingers through and pull the baggies down. I got this pattern. When did I get this pattern? This pattern to me is like a year or two old. So there's the 2-handle bag right there. I made ours large because we have a lot of 2-handle bags. So now the reason why I told you to chain 21. Okay, the rules are simple but true. Y'all. No. You must follow the YouTube rules. No religion, no politics, and you must be respectful to each other. So, you're going to, first of all, what I'm going to do is trim this tail down here. You're going to chain 3. The chain 3 equals a double crochet. 2 and 3. So you're going to double crochet 2 more times in the same space. It's going to be tight, yes. First couple of double crochets is going to be tight in your spaces. So I'm going to show you once again. I'm making a 2-handle bag holder. This is just some random yarn. So what you're going to do now is the reason why I told you 21 to start the bottom row here is you have to skip 1, 2, 3 and double crochet into the 3rd row chain. 1, 2, 3 and double crochet into the 3rd. I'll show you in a minute. Let me get this one done here. And as you see, I'm hiding my tail, y'all. Jesus. If you use a bigger hook, your stitches will be larger. Hello and good morning, new friend. Or good evening, wherever you're from. Yes, I know I'm early. If you are a moderator. Good morning, Rubberneck. If you are a mod only, you can drop your link. Only if you are a mod. If you are not, you may not. I don't mean it as disrespect. And there are no children allowed in my stream. Please. I'm only out to protect. 1, 2, and to the 3rd. This ball of yarn that I'm working with is what's called variegated. It has all different colors in it. So, I'm going to show you what to do here. Hold on. Let me get this shell done and I'll show you. Okay. There is a reason why you need to space basically 2 chains away from each other and work into the 3rd. Let me show you. So you'll notice, I'm going to pull up here. You're going to pull up here. Pull that there. You're going to notice here, there's a space. It's not a chain space, it's a skip space. You're going to notice here, there is a space. It's not a chain space, it's a skip space. What a chain space is, the difference between a chain space and a skip space. A skip space, you just skip 2 chains. A chain space, you add 2 chains. Okay. Okay, now so you're gonna skip 1, 2, and into the third. I'm doing my live early because I'm not gonna feel like it later because my allergies are kind of not so bad now. They'll be worse later. And I think we have plans later. It's 3 double crochets into the same chain space. And I'll show you it. This is a skip space. This space right here is a skip space. It's a skip space for a reason. I'll show you as we go. Hello, new friends, and good morning or good evening, where you're from. I don't generally do a morning live. Mine are like from 5 to 8 in the evening. This live is just a impromptu, if you know what I mean. So a pop-up live is what I wanted to say. 1, 2, 3, and yes, they are very small chains. They're tiny. These ones are tiny because I am working with a hook that does kind of tiny work. So you're gonna double crochet 3 times in this same chain space. And I will show you what to do for every concurrent row, and then I'll show you what to do to tie it off. It's gonna be a mini project also. Hello, new friends. How are you doing this morning? And good morning or good evening. So 1, 2, 3. And sometimes these chains are really tiny. You just gotta fuss with it a little bit. It's a little fickled if they're tiny. But because you are working with it, the chains will expand each time you put your hook through it, is what I mean. Okay, let's see. What is 3 times 7, y'all? I already gave you I'm sorry. What is 21 divided by 3? Your answer is 7. So, you should 1, 2, 3 have 7 shells. So what this means is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cheddar. I'm missing a shell. And because I have to fudge it a little bit to get that extra shell in there, you are allowed, as the maker, to fudge it a little bit. Not much, just tiny bits. You need 7 shells. and here. Okay. Now you'll notice, I'm going to pull up on my look so you can notice better. So we're going to take it. You will notice that this here, the workspace, is starting to go like this. That's okay. Again, we are not making a warmer for a certain male part. We are making a two-handle bag holder for like a storage option. I have to be vague like that because on purpose. I have to be vague like that on purpose. So, if you'll notice, I have a little tail. What am I going to do to the tail? Snip it. Now, you are going to continue each row from this point. You're going to start each row from this point forward with a chain 3. And when you get to as tall as you want it, okay? Like this one's really, really tall. It has 2 handle bags in it, y'all. See? 2 handle bags. So it's really long. It's 30 rows. This one is 30 rows. So when you get here to the top, you're going to create a handle using the chain stitch, using about 10 chain, between 10 and 20 chains, and single crochet over the top of it, and then continue with a single crochet around. So we are going to continue forward here. So you're going to continue forward. Now, the reason why we have the spaces down here, we made the spaces right there. Those spaces, we're going to work in those spaces. So you're going to work in all of the spaces around. You're always going to have 3 times. So your chain count has to be 3 times. We'll say 3 times 7. So in this case, it has to be big enough for you to grab from underneath. The height, the top of the where you put the bags in, can be kind of loose. Not too loose, but just kind of loose. So you're gonna, let me get this one in. So yeah, the top of it can kind of be loose, but loose and tight enough to where it holds its shape, but loose enough to where, let me get this shoulder, to where it holds its shape, but tight enough where you can, loose enough to where you can put bags inside. So, alright. So, remember how down here we were doing the double crochet? Where we skipped along all those 3s? Okay. Instead of skipping along 3, you're just going to work in the chain spaces, or in the spaces. You're just going to work in the spaces along. Just work along the spaces, okay? Just continue along the spaces. Oh, the yarn's about to change color too. And there. So I'm going to continue along. And I think I'm making one for my sister. Hello, new friend. No, I'm not going to add a question yet. The question is that I'm not typing because I'm playing hockey. The question is, have you learned anything? Put it in the chat, yes or no. That is the question. They want me to put a question in, and I'm just like, no, I don't feel like doing it right now. Oh, there's something coming up that's pretty coming up. Anybody know what my favorite color is? I know I am not wearing it. Does anybody know what my favorite color is? Does anybody know what my favorite color is? Okay. And Robert. This looks good. Let's see. Pink, no. Pink is not the answer. It is in my cup. On my cup. What color is my cup, guys? I will settle for the dark version of the word that is on my cup. The dark version. But I like the lighter version of the word. Yes, I will settle for that. It is It is purple, but I like the lighter end of the color. I would rather ask verbal questions, that way I know you're paying attention. You know. Lol. And in the mornings, I think I'm gonna start doing a morning and a kind of an evening live. I feel, how do I say this nicely? I feel like I'm more awake and more able to function on YouTube and on any other platform in the mornings than at night, because unless we are doing our Tuesday night bowling, I think I might just change my time to morning. Rubberneck, do you think I should go AM or PM? Rubberneck is one of my moderators, y'all. So the rules are be respectful, be respectful, be respectful. Or they will kick you out. No religion, no politics. We don't discuss religion and politics because we don't want to offend anybody. Because somebody may not like the color purple and somebody else may not. Or somebody else may like the color purple and somebody else may not. You know what I mean? Somebody else may not like Mickey Mouse as president, and somebody may think Goofy is the right presidential candidate. And we don't want to get into that mix. Okay, if you noticed, pull it up so you can see. I will let you notice something here in a little bit. What happened? The question of the day, or the question for now, is what occurred in our yarn? What occurred in our yarn? The yarn was this color, now it is that color. Anybody know what that word is called? I will settle for 2 answers. Anybody know what the word is? When we're discussing yarn, we will settle for 2 words. What is it called? Either A or A. Because I told you I am working with this kind of yarn towards the beginning of my life. Does anybody know? The word is variegated, or you could use the word color changing. Yarn. You're funny. The word is variegated. I am working with variegated yarn. Variegated it means to change colors. Like, for example, right now, or earlier it was pink, now it's purple, soon it will be teal. I always work with variegated yarn. What gave me the idea for this live is I am making something for my sister. I started working on it already. Using the same hook, different yarn. No, it is not a warmer, okay, y'all? It is for your 2-handle bags. Or when you go to the store and you got those silly plastic bags. It's for those. If you're not from the US, they are called 2-handle bags because they got 2-handle bags. There are 2 handles. They're like if you go to your grocery store, you get those kind of bags. If you go to Dollar General, that's one of us over here in the US, because we have a friend who is not from the US. If you go to Poundland, which is like the equivalent of Dollar Tree over here in the US. You're surprised I knew that. So yeah. I want to make it understood. You understand what I mean? I want to have everybody understand. So I am on row 3. Row 3? Yeah, row 3. So you can make it as long or as tall as you want it, or if you're gonna do the shortest, I would do 10 rows. That way it gives you just enough room to store your 2-handle bags. It's got stuff in it. You can do them as high as 10, as low as 10 rows. That way it gives you enough room to put your 2 handlebags in, or as long as 30. The holes are the spaces. Now I'll explain the spaces. My 2 handlebags come all the way up to here. Right here. The spaces are meant for so you don't have to do this. You can use the spaces to kind of wiggle one of your fingers in there and kind of push the bags in. Alright, let's see. Our light goal is 4. Yes, it's low today. Our light goal is 4. We're gonna switch here. We're gonna go here. Oh, yes. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Alright, we can work with that. Alright, if you are a new subscriber, I want you to tell me in the chat if you have subscribed, please. Or go in one of my shorts and say, hey, I've subscribed, please. It is the way that we have to do things because sometimes YouTube is fickle and they won't let me keep my subscribers. But lately, since I've been getting better, I've had lost 1 and gained 3. But it slides a little bit. So, I'm not complaining, YouTube. I'm not complaining. I'm just putting it out there. Have to be that way. Okay. Hello, Sharon. Alright. Remember how I told you we begin each row with a chain 3? Done that. So we are going to continue to work. We're gonna go and do, this is a mini one, so it's very tiny. Instead of doing our chain 3, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna chain 5, which is 2 more. And we're gonna do our, actually we're gonna chain 7. We're gonna chain 7 in this case because it's tiny. And the loop is supposed to be big enough to put you can put it on like one of your kitchen knobs, like to hang off one of your kitchen knobs. So 7. Now you'll see that I've got a large row here. You're gonna go back and you're gonna single crochet like I showed you yesterday. You're gonna skip 1 because that's gonna be your chain space, and you're gonna work all the way back down your chain row. Again, I'm going to show you this is meant as a mini project because we are doing a pop-off live, just a random live. And we're going to chain all the way down. Sometimes with this yarn it is fickle. Sometimes if it's older yarn like this is, it gets to be weird. So, okay, we're coming down. We got one more row, or we got one more space. So this space here that is I did it backwards, but that's alright. You're gonna take this piece I'm gonna kind of have it. We're gonna take this. Now, this will go around your loop on your, like your knob of your, one of your counters, okay? And then you're gonna just single crochet all the way around. And then you're gonna cut your yarn. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and have a good day. I'm half awake, but I'll work through it. Alright, y'all. Stay safe. Peace, love, light to all. Stay hydrated.